good morning to all my little dragons. Hey, it's Friday. Guess what? Next week we're back on the mat again. So Wednesday we're going to have our first class. So Monday's going to be kind of a break for you guys. And then Wednesday we'll be right back on the mat again. Okay, hey, listen, this morning we're going to be going over the last set of the group of things relating to our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu that you need for your core curriculum inside our Little Dragons program. So guess what? Levi, Ronan, Audrey, Finley, Adeline, but yeah, I know you're fixing to find your way out, but that's okay. Lucas and Owen, you guys are going to see all of the things that we need to be able to do to be able to get our stripes on our belt, all right? We already covered our striking portion. We need to make sure we get our star block set. We need our fortress kata, and then we need, showed you the levels that you need to go to get those stripes. Of course, your student creed, really important. You should have already done your student creed before we even got to this video. And then we went over our judo, the 5 throws that we need, and our grips, all that kind of good stuff. And then today is our Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, okay? And our roll set too, I forgot about that. But we got George with us, all right? Our Noche buddy. And listen, I'm gonna put right after this a little video that's going to show you how to make an Anoche buddy, all right? So right when we're done with the class, at the very end of the video, it's going to be just a little video to show you how you can make your own Anoche buddy, all right? So that way you can have them, give them your own name. I call him George because it's a lot of fun, all right? Story behind it, but we'll talk about that later. And then we're also going to show a little video about how to be able to pull guard, right? A way you can practice that at home. If mom and dad aren't willing to let you pull guard on them, a little way that they can make that happen, finding some places secure to be able to work on your guard pulls using your belt, okay? So without any other else things happening, we're gonna go ahead and move forward. You guys ready to get started? All right, hey, listen, we're gonna do a really quick warm-up real fast for you so you can kind of understand how to do a little bit of a warm-up and then do your stretches so you can stretch out on your own at home, and then we're gonna jump right into what we're gonna be doing for class, okay? All right, I'm gonna set George off to the side. There he is. Take a nap, George. All right, very good. Not you. I don't want you guys taking a nap. I know sometimes you guys come into the academy, you all got sleepy hair and sleepy head because you woke up from a nap and you're like, oh man, I gotta do class. But you guys always do. You do a great job. Hopefully you're not gonna be taking a nap right now because we gotta get started. Are you ready to go? Awesome. I love hearing that you're ready to go. All right, here we go. We're gonna be starting our jumping jacks. Remember, we practiced those on Monday about the feet out, hands up, and then everything comes back together. But we do that up and back down again, all right? Let's do a good number, 30 of those, okay? So we don't have to count in Japanese today, but we are gonna count in Portuguese, all right? Because that's a very important thing to be able to know how to count in as well, all right? For Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, all right? So we're gonna come up, and we're gonna go, when we come up, we're gonna say 1, and then back, and then 2, and then back. When we get to 10, we're gonna stop and say 10 together, all right? Here we go, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I hope you said it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 20. That's right. Here we go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 30. Very nice job. Now we did our roll set and we did some of our break falls on Wednesday. So we're gonna squat down, do a backdrop. Make sure if you're on the carpet, that's awesome. If you're on your mats, that's awesome. But if you're on a hard floor, sit down slowly, all right? Now don't have to do a big old backdrop on this one, but make sure you tuck your chin, really important, all right? So we're gonna go down and back. Very nice job. All right, now we're gonna cross our feet up. And remember, we have a little bit of a hard time with this, I know, but we're gonna take our hands and not grab our head. We wanna touch our fingers to our head, and we're gonna bring our elbow to our knee and our elbow to our other knee, just like that there. All right, we're gonna count together. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. You ain't rolling over sideways, are you? 7, 8, 9, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Very good job. sit up just like this here. Now, we're gonna do a little trick. You ready? I'm gonna put my foot inside and I'm gonna put my hand down like a technical stand-up, but we're not gonna stand all the way up. I'm gonna take this leg and do a little tricky trick. I'm gonna put it right behind me. So come up, I'm gonna take my leg behind me, and then I'm gonna put my other leg behind me, and we are in push-up position. So ready? Let's go. You're gonna count with me. Say 1 and Say 2, say 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. Good job. Excellent work, all right? Kind of gone through that now on your own. If you want to go more, you could do more of those. Or you could do some more jumping jacks, some more sit-ups and crunches, and some more push-ups on your own. We're going to go through our stretches, all right? And these stretches are important for you to be able to know how to do. What we're going to do is we're going to count all the way up to 10 on each stretch, and we'll count in English and in Portuguese, okay? Going to take your hands, whip in the air, breathe out. Oh, I know, touching those toes is kind of hard to do, especially early in the morning. You're going to take your knees and bend them if you have to, and you're going to touch your toes, and then you can walk them straight. There we go. Ready to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Come up. Now you're going to take your left leg. Bend it. Bring it inside. Hands up. Come out. Touch both toes. And say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Let's switch to the other side. And we're going to count in English again. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Bring your feet together. Good. And we're going to go down to the front. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. All right, here we go. Now we're going to open our feet up wide, just like this. Very good. Open them up wide. Make sure you wiggle those toes until they get straight up. You got them? Very good job. Here we go. Put the hands on the mat. And they're going to be like bugs, right? They're taking a nap right now, but they're going to wake up and they're going to crawl. Ooh, take a trip, stop. Take a nap, hold. Good. There we go. They're going to wake up again. Take a trip. Walk. Stop right there. Take a nap. Good job. Very nice. Bugs are waking up again. Ready? And they're creepy crawling forward. Oh yeah, take a nap. Hold it. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. You can come up. We're going to go over to this side over here, which is going to be your right side. Right side. All right? Say jarita. Right. Jarita. Good. You're going to come up over here. Touch the toes. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. You're going to come up. Now we're going to go to the left. Everybody say left. All right. Remember your left side, how to find that. Left. Good. We're going to come over here. Good. And say izquierda. Left. Izquierda. Here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job. All right. Now without falling down. This is the trick stretch. So you're going to get this on video, all right? So it's going to help you to be able to learn how to do this stretch. It's kind of hard to do. And by the time you get out of our Little Dragons program, you're going to be a professional at this stretch, okay? We're going to take our left foot and pick it up just like this. Now you take your left hand, bend your other knee, and you're going to put your left hand through. See how I'm waving? See, I put it through that hole right there. There we go, and I'm going to grab my knee. Now this right hand goes under the foot, and put your hands together, grabs the knee, and you keep bending it, bending it, bending it, bending it, and then you lay back, just like this. And let's hold that. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Now, we're going to switch to the other side. Cross the foot over, take the hand, reach it through, say hello. There's the hand. Good. All right. Actually, this hand, I'm sorry. We go through and say hello. There's the hand. Say goodbye to the other one. Now, this hand comes around, grabs the knee. This hand grabs the knee, and then you pull. And hold that tight. Ready? Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Put that foot down, drop your knee to the side like this here. Put both hands flat and turn your head to the other side where your knees are facing, and you stay down there. Take a little nap. Just kidding, don't take a nap, wake up. Here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good, cross the feet up. Let's go the other way and look the other way. And say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now, I'm going to turn sideways. You don't have to. If you want to, you can. Okay? And we're going to bring our knees in. All right? When we bring our knees in, I just don't want to grab them. I want to take my hand and reach across and grab my elbow. And take my other hand and grab my other elbow. And then put my head down and tuck my chin. And hold this here. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. You guys ready to take those feet, put them behind you? All right, now look. I know this is kind of uncomfortable for some of you guys, but you got to take your feet, put them back, and hold your feet there as much as you can. Do the best job you can. So we're going to take our feet, put them behind us, and hold that right there. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch your ear to your shoulder, back shoulder roll. Very good. And now we're going to come up, and we have our cobra stretch. Who's that over there?
Oh, nobody.
That's right. There's
Nobody.
Gypsy, my diggy dog, and Josiah. Can you all say hi to Josiah? You miss him? You know, he misses you guys too, all the little dragons. Say hi, Audrey. Hi, Adeline. Hi, Levi. Hi, Lucas. Hi, Ronan. Hi, Owen. Good. And we're going to come back. Stretch your arms to the front. And sit all the way down. Good job. Hold that position. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Sit up now. Very nice. Sit right on your knees. And we're going to take our left hand first, izquierda, and touch our shoulder. Now we're going to take this right hand and pull that elbow. Very nice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Go ahead, switch to the other side. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Now rotate your head. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Go look up. Now we're going to look up and think about the top. When you have to look up and look to the top, all right? This word isn't for up, but it is for top, all right? And it's acima, acima. You want to like get on top, like get to the top and get on the mount, acima. Now we're going to look to the bottom, down, to the bottom. This word isn't for down, but it is for the bottom. If you're on the bottom position playing guard or something like that, we say boisho, bottom, boisho. Good. Now you're going to look to your right side, jarita. Right side is jarita. Good. And now we look over to the left side, izquierda. left side, izquierda. Good job, all right. All right, here we go, guys. So look, we're gonna move in and we're gonna show you the 5 control positions for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. We talk about that because when we start the whole deal about self-defense, it starts from standing most of the time, all right? And so when we talk about that, notice how far away I am from you. If you are standing where the camera is right now, I couldn't kick you, I couldn't punch you, I couldn't grab you. This is called a neutral position, all right? Unless I could throw like a teddy bear at you or something like that. That might be a little bit different. But most of the time, the things that I can do here don't really matter to you. Somebody calls you a dumb cookie face or a silly goose head or something like that. That's coming from here, but it doesn't really matter because it can't do anything to you, all right? And that's a deal where it only matters if you let it matter. So here's the thing. Somebody calls you a dumb cookie face. You're not a dumb cookie face. So if you're not a dumb cookie face, then why are you going to get all mad about that? Say, don't call me a dumb cookie face. You don't need to even mess with that. Don't even worry about that because it doesn't matter unless you think it's true. Are you a dumb cookie face? I don't think so. All right, so if you're not a dumb cookie face, it doesn't matter, all right? So you just let that stuff go because that's what bullies try to do. They try to call you names and get you all like worked up and get you mad and get you to cry or get you sad or something like that. It doesn't matter. That's why we call this position a neutral position, all right? Neutral zone. But if I get a little bit closer and then I take my foot and kick you and touch you with my feet, now it's a kicking zone. I got to be careful with that. My hands are up and now I get a little bit closer. I can punch you and touch you with my hands and my legs. We call that a punching zone. That's a really bad place to be if you're trying to take care of yourself and somebody's trying to hurt you, all right? Because you need to get to a safer place. So we try to go in and we go into the clinch, all right? Underhooks, overhooks, and double ties, and single ties, all that stuff. The clinch zone now, that's a little bit different because that's a control type clinch zone where we're able to work together. From there, I'm able to do my submissions, I can do my throws, I can even pull guard, and I can take you down. Then we talk about the ground. So on the ground, we have control positions, okay? Hold on, just a second, time out. Yeah, what's up, man?
Oh, you need help demonstrating?
No, I got another dummy over here.
Oh.
I'm not calling, I didn't call Josiah a dummy.
Thanks.
I got George over here, but thank you, Josiah, I appreciate it, man. He was wanting to help out, but I know he's got other things to do. So, hey, look, there's Gypsy over there. Say hi to Gypsy. Gypsy, Gypsy. Say bye, Josiah.
Bye.
See you later. All right, so now let's talk about this ground situation. Like I said, at the end of the video, I'm going to show you a little way to be able to pull guard on your own using your belt to help you out, okay? But we're going to use George right now. We talk about these control positions that you're going to need for your stripes, okay? So we're going to take George. All I'm going to do with George is I'm going to take the broomsticks out of his legs. Sorry, George, didn't mean to turn you upside down like this, but I'm going to pull the broomsticks out because we don't need them right now. They're going to kind of get in the way for what we're trying to do, all right? So now, I'm going to put them down on the ground. When we put them down on the ground, right here, the first position we're going to talk about is the guard, all right? So if I pull guard, I take my feet, and look, I want my feet to be crossed up and locked, like click. See how they're crossed and locked there? All right, I can take them and do them the other way too, all right? Whatever way is more comfortable for you, you close the feet. Sometimes it's important to have one foot on top, sometimes it's not. But notice I look and I wrap my knees up around, see how his arms are hanging right there, and I lay back here and I have the guard. I want my guard to be high, all right? I want my hand to be inside the lapel here on a cross grip and controlling the arm, or on a regular grip on the standard lapel and controlling the arm on the other side, all right? And I'm trying to keep the posture down, all right? So we have this happening, okay? The guard, all right? That's the first control position, all right? Now, in this control position, I open up this lapel and I put my hand cross grip inside and go deep just like that. And then this hand goes under this hand and I go way up inside the lapel on the other side till my thumbs get behind, and I bend my elbows and I pull in and I whisper, and we have a cross collar choke. All right? Reverse cross collar choke. Gyaku, Jiu-Jitsu, all right? So from this position, I will show you the cross choke from standing up, and you can practice that on your own, okay? So look here. Using your inochi, buddy, unless mom and dad don't mind you practicing on them, but do not practice this like on your brother or sister or something like that, or without your mom and dad's permission. It's really important, okay? So I take my hand and open, and I take my hand inside, way deep. See how I get my thumb all the way behind, and then this hand goes underneath. I'm gonna turn around here so you can see what I'm doing. I don't let go of this one. And I take this hand, and I go on this side. I go way deep until my thumbs are behind. And then I pull, and look, all of a sudden that pillow squeezes, all right? So when I come in here, I want my hands to turn, and I want to come in and pull. My elbows pull in just like this here. Now notice what my fists are doing. They're turning. My wrists are turning like this, pulling. I'm closing my guard too, pulling in tight. So my hands are doing this here, turning and pulling. So I come in, grip, grip, up inside, underneath, grip, and then I turn my wrist, just like this here. See that? I'm making a muscle. All right, so I'm turning my wrist like this. And I turn, and then I pull in. All right, and you guys have done this before and practice with each other. So reverse cross collar choke. The reason they call it a reverse cross collar choke is because my hands are reversed. They're not this way. That would be a normal cross collar choke, and that goes on top, all right? And then they're not like this. This is a half cross collar choke. We'll talk about that when we show the mount, okay? So that's the first thing we do from the guard. The next thing we do from the guard is I come inside here, and I put my hand like this here, and I sit all the way up on my hand here, and I grab. Let me come back a little bit so you can see. If I have the wrist, I'll put my hand right this here, and then my hand goes over. See, it's over on top of the head here. And then I hug this arm, put my hand down, I sit up, and then I roll over, and I have the mount. Okay? So from the side again, just like this. Control this arm until I sit up, and then I control this arm, put my hand down. I come up in the air, put my knee down, kick over, and now I'm in the mount, all right? Right here. All right, so let's talk about the mount. In this position, I want my knees up high. I'm sitting down, see how his arms come up, just like this, and skydive, okay? So skydive right here inside the mount. See how my feet are on the side? And remember, from the mount, I can do my cross collar choke, but instead of both hands being up like this, I take this hand, walk out like a bug, 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 and then I grab on top, and then I come down, all right? So this choke is called a normal, or half cross choke, I'm sorry. See how my hand is down here? This hand is up here. So we come inside, walk this hand around, grab on top, and then pull. But we do that, of course, from the mount after we do a sweep. It's a pretty cool way, all right? All right, so we have that sweep's called a hip bump sweep. Hip bump sweep, okay? And it looks like this without George, okay? So I'm here, I have my guard closed. Control the arm, and I sit all the way up, put my hand on the mat, feet down, and I come over and hug the arm, and I know every single one of you guys have practiced this one, and I pick my hips up in the air, and I bump, and then I go over to the top, and I'm in the mount, and I go skydive, all right? One more time, looking like this here. Let's see. I'm gonna come here, and open the guard, control the arm, come up, put my knee down, turn in the mount. Let's go from the back a little bit so you can see how it looks. From this side, have my guard closed, control the arm, sit up, put my feet on the mat, hug the arm on this side, hips way up in the air, bump over, and into the mount. That's called our hip bump sweep. All right? So we talked about the mount. We talked about the guard. All right? Let's talk about side control now. Because inside the guard, somebody has their legs up around you like this here. We have to come in, and both of my hands go right on the belt, turn, make a little stagger grip like this here. I come up live toes, I bow my back, I take my knee and bring my knee behind just like that there. And then I take this foot and I open it up and I point my toes and I sit back, boink, and break the guard. My hand goes here, I push the knee down, come up, we go to combat base. I put my knee down. I take my other foot over and make a little X. My hand goes under the head. And then from here, I come out to side control. All right? Once I'm in side control, remember, I want to control this elbow. My hand's under the head, my shoulder's down. My knee is all the way up under the arm. And I'm sitting down right here in side control. Side control modified too. It looks like this from the back. Side control. Looks like this from the side. Side control. All right. Looks like this here. So when I want to now go to the mount, remember we had to practice that little thing that we did where I stretch my legs out and I keep my chest down the whole time. I stretch my legs out here. And now I pick my knee up. And if you remember, we did that little thing where we sweep our leg forward. And I put my hand right here on the hips. And we open up, switching our base, exactly, our base, okay? So remember, when I switch my base, I want to have my knees in. I stretch my legs, switch my base, still keeping my shoulder down on their head here. And I take my leg and I'm going to bring it over the top. Now we are back in the mount. Skydive right here in the mount. Okay? So from here we also talked about this, Owen, because this is what you're going to need as well. I grab right here, put my hand down underneath. Remember this, Owen? And I keep a hold of the wrist, grab my own wrist, and then we come back. What is that called, Owen? It is the Americana, all right? So the Americana, all right? So from here, we're inside. Now look, I'm going to put at the very end of this video for you guys as well, a detail of the Americana, all right? And how to be able to get from side control to the mount. Now, that is just going to be just information for you. I don't need you to practice it today, all right? But I want you to actually kind of go through it so you understand what the Americana is, and then you have it always to go back to and look at, and that's going to help you out a lot. So, and this is really going to help you, okay? So let's talk about this. So, Ronan, okay, Audrey, Lucas, Levi, yeah, you guys, you're going to need, and Adeline, you guys are going to need, well, Adeline's fixing to go over to the big kids class too, but you guys are going to need to understand at least the guard and how to hold it, all right? How to pull guard, which we're going to show at the end of the video. Side control, okay? And then you're going to also need to understand about what the mount is. And then we're going to talk about another control position, and that is called top turtle control and back control. So we're going to need at least 2 of those control positions to go from your white belt to your yellow belt, okay? And probably it's going to be the guard and the mount, all right? Because that's one we really talk about a lot, working your sweeps, okay? From yellow belt to orange belt, you're going to need at least 1 sweep, and you're going to need to know the side control on top of that, okay? Then for your yellow to, for your orange to green belt, you're going to need to know all 5 control positions: guard, mount, side control, back control, and top turtle control, and understand how to hold those positions, okay? And then you're going to also need to know your sweep and your guard pass, right? Then from the orange belt to the green belt, you're going to need to know your cross collar choke, your defense to the cross collar choke, and all the control positions, as well as the sweeps, and how to pass the guard, and then also your mount escapes too. So basically everything that we're going to be covering today, okay? So from here now, what we have is of course the mount, right? So let's talk about somebody turns over and they're like, oh, I don't want to stay here. So now from here I'm going to come and I'm going to walk, turn to the side like this here, and now my feet, I'm going to bring them up. I don't cross my feet. I want my feet, where are George's legs here? There we go. He doesn't have legs in, but that's okay. So I'm going to take my feet, put his legs out so you can see, and put them right over the hips. And I squeeze my feet together. This is our back control, all right? I'm not crossing my feet. I'm just squeezing them. One hand is going to be underneath his arm, and then I bring the other hand over and I click it just like this. That's why we call this position a seat belt. Seat belt position. I stay right here. Keep my chest right in the middle of his back. If he starts to really move and wiggle away, I'm going to take my other hand and go under the arm, and I grab his lapels, and I hold, we call this the backpack, because it looks like he's going to take me to school with him. All right, I'm a backpack. I'm just stuck right to him. So we have the first position, and comes here, control. That is called the seat belt. All right, then I take my hand underneath and grab. We call this the backpack, okay? And a lot of times we can get to this position when our friend turns over from the mount, all right? Or we can get it from side control. If they turn over from side control, we can come over and get the back as well. But we need to make sure my foot goes over his hip, foot goes over his hip. I squeeze my feet together, I don't cross them. And then I have two hands under for the backpack. We call the feet hooks, by the way, all right? Backpack or the seat belt. And while I'm here, I control this hip here if he tries to roll with a hook. I control this foot, this hip with a hook. So I'm holding his hips in place with hooks, all right? So I squeeze my feet, get my hooks in, and seat belt position, okay? So that is called back control. So let's talk about it really quick. We talked about guard. Yeah? You want to see it? Of course. I'll show you the guard, okay? So the guard, we're here, crossing the feet up, locking them in place. And then we talked about the mount. How would we get to the mount? Well, we would sit up, hug the arm, bump my hip up, and we have the hip bump sweep. Now we're in the mount, okay? Now from here, we also talked about if he rolls over, he's like, I don't want to be here. Then I come here, I roll to the side a little bit, put my feet, hooks in, and with my hooks in, I'm going to hold on with a backpack or a seat belt. All right, so back control. Got it? So let's talk about now side control. Oh, that's right, we did talk about side control. We talked about side control, about how to pass the guard. Remember, I got to break the guard open. So from here, I'm going to make a little tiny knot in the back here. So his legs are really wrapped up around me. There it is. See how his legs are up? Right there. And see how there's a little knot in the back? So from here, I make a little stagger grip. I bring my knee inside, open my other knee up, point my toes. Now watch his legs. I'm going to go back and push and keep pushing until my hips open that guard up. All right, so it comes in, boom, right there, right? Using that, okay? So again, from here, over a little bit. From this position, I bring my knees inside and I'm low, stagger grip, keep my back bowed, live toes inside the guard, pushing, stagger grip here, sitting down. I bring this knee behind the hip, remember that. Open up into an L stance, point my toes, and push my hips back. And the guard breaks open. From here, I take my hand, slide down on the knee, come up combat base, just like this here. I put my knee down. Now I take this foot, make a little X. My hand goes under the head, and go sideways here so you can see. And then I come out, put my pressure down, knee down, side control, all right? So in side control here, Like I said, sometimes when they roll over, we can take the back, but if they do roll over this way here, and they come up to their hands, and they come up to their knees, and they make a little turtle out of themselves, all right? It's like a little turtle position, like, oh my gosh, I don't want to stay, and I don't want to get my mount, I don't want to get mounted or get my back taken. I'm going to come in just like this, and in turtle position, top turtle control, I stretch my legs out, and then I just need to keep my chest down, all right? And I'm going to keep my chest down. I can go around this way with it. I can go back around this way, but one thing you notice is my feet are always open. If I get to the back, I'm going to hug the hips and hold just like this here. My hips are down, holding the hips, all right? Then we can work on taking the back from here if I wanted to. So top turtle control, all right? So from here, I would take my hand, step over, roll, and what do I need to get? I need to get my hooks. Squeeze the feet, one hand under the arm, one hand over. This hand's on top, I pull seatbelt. This hand's underneath, and hooks, or backpack right here. So we have two hands underneath holding the gi. So that is our back control, okay? So now, we talked about the Americana. We talked about the hip bump sweep. Another sweep that you can learn, it's not totally required, but we like you to know it, and that is the scissor sweep. We'll talk to you about that more as you start to advance, but it's not a requirement, okay? But we do want you to know how to, of course, pull guard, which you're going to see in just a moment. We want you to understand the guard. We want you to understand the cross choke from the guard, the defense to the cross choke, but you guys got that down pretty good in class. You push on the elbow, and then you put your hand inside, and you walk like a bug, pop it up, okay? And but that's something we can teach in class. It's not a big deal, but we do want you to know the defense, okay? But the cross choke, and then we show the hip bump sweep to get to the mount. Then we've talked about the half cross choke from the mount, and the Americana from the mount. That's for our upper little dragons, okay? And then we talked about our guard break, guard combat base, guard pass to side control. Then we talked about how to get to the mount from side control, and how to get to the back from side control and get to the back from the mount. And we talked about top turtle control. So we have guard, mount, side control, back control, top turtle control. 5 control positions. And we show it in that order just because of the way we teach the little dragons about how submissions lead and sweeps lead to the next position, okay? So we have those 5 control positions, 5, okay? And now, let's talk about one more thing, because I think that we need to show, oh, that's what it is. My brain was like, All right, mount escape, all right? We want to show that really quick, because you do need that, okay? So mount escape. We've covered this too, okay? So if somebody's in the mount, one thing I don't want to do is lay like this. Be like, okay, you got the mount, I'm going to take a nap. No, we need to defend ourselves. We need to keep our knees bent, hands up, center line, head up, all right? Unless somebody's trying to put their hands under our head, then we put it down. But right here, just like this, all right? So I want to try to control one side of their body. Remember we talked about this, Ronan? About grabbing the arm and the shoulder, or 2 hands on the arm, and then I take this foot and I block right here, okay? And then I bridge way up in the air, and then I roll over, and then I take my foot and I kick all the way up over, and I'm out of the mount, okay? So let's do it again. Somebody's on top of us now. They've got the mount. Put the gorgeous legs down there. So they're sitting on top in the mount. There we go. And they're like, oh man, on top. I'm going to control the arm and control the arm, all right? 2 hands, hold. Take my foot and block their foot. And then I'm going to bridge, get my head out of the way, and then I'm going to kick over and roll. And now I'm on top and out of the mount, okay? That's something else you're going to need to practice a lot. Remember, the way we practice that is we practice our bridge and roll. So we come up, foot here, hands here. I bridge way up on my shoulder. I kick this foot over, keep my other foot on the mat, and then put my hands down and then up. Let's look at it this way. There we go. I'm going to grab, take my foot, put it over, bridge way up on my shoulder, kick the foot over, and then I'm going to come up and here. Let's look at it this way. Grab the arm, foot over, bridge way up in the air, get on my shoulder, look, don't let my head be on the mat. See how you can put my hand under my head? I kick my foot over and then up. Let's look at it this way. Something for you to practice, okay? Grab, foot, bridge way up, my head's off the mat, see that? Take this leg and kick it over, this foot stays down, I don't stretch it out, then I come up and I'm out. Bridge and roll, okay? One last thing we want you to practice, all right? We talked about the shot, of course, on Wednesday for a double leg takedown. We also talked about the bridge and roll today, okay? We talked about our technical stand-up in our roll set. We're going to talk about the hip escape really quick. So here, from a hip escape, it's a bridge, same thing. And I get up on my shoulder, just like this. I want my heels to come up, and I'm going to turn to the side and hip escape. Once I've hip escaped, I'm going to bring my knee in, and then I'm going to bring my foot up and come back. Now I'm going to hip escape the other way. Up on my shoulder, and watch, my hips go to the side. Now I'm going to bring my knee in and bring my foot in, come back again. Come up, shoulder, make sure I pick my heels up, turn, hip escape, bring my knees in, and then to the side, okay? So that's something else that you can practice, a technical stand-up. Oh, awesome. So listen, we've got a few things that are going to be happening here, okay? Right after this, you don't need to watch, but mom and dad, we'd like you to watch it, of course. And that, of course, is going to be how to pull guard on something at your home, okay? So you can practice that. How to make your noche buddy, all right? If you need to, you can have that as well. Then, the other thing that I want you guys to be aware of is that next week, for everybody, we're going to be sending out a lot of links to a lot of videos. This week, for our adults, we actually, in our teens and our big kids, we sent out some core solo drills for all of our students as it relates to striking, as it relates to judo, and as it relates to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. When you get that big sheet of links, it's going to be all the classes that we did for 2 months when we were off the mat. I know some of y'all were not here during that time, but you're going to have access to those classes, okay? The other thing that's going to happen is that you're going to see the links in there for those 3 videos that are solo drills for each of those systems that we practice, all right? For the striking, for the judo, for the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and for the wrestling. So it's actually 4 solo drill videos. They're going to be available to you, and you can go back at any time as your little dragons get more experience on the mat, as they start advancing in rank. Those you can always go back to, and you're going to be able to see those, and you're going to see details of how to do a proper hip escape. And it's a lot, all right? It's not a little short video that we're doing for the little dragons right now and making it fun and stopping and doing some silly stuff. It's not like that. It's a lot of really, detailed information. You're going to see detailed information on the bridges and the rolls. You're going to see detailed information on break falls. You're going to see detailed information on some of solo drills as far as movement, getting around the guard, all that kind of good stuff, okay? So I would encourage you to take advantage of all those and be able to see them. As your little dragon starts moving up in rank, you can actually go see those, visit them, have them watch them. They'll see this stuff in class, and this will just serve as a reminder and a reinforcement of things that they can practice at home. Pretty much every single one of those videos have been about things that you can do at home, all right? And things that we expect you to actually do at home. So, and some of them cover some technique, not too many of them, but there's some combinations of techniques, so you can kind of see how you practice your technique at home too, okay? So we encourage you to take advantage of that. Make sure you watch the rest of this video. Watch again the how to pull guard right after this, so it's something that you can actually work with your kids on, all right? And you can practice too on your own little dragons, all right? And then of course how to make your Noche buddy so that you have something to work with at home too, okay? And there's a lot of little home hacks that we did on those other videos that we talked about as far as the three, they'll be coming out next week. There's the three solo drills, and they show a lot of different ways you can make things at home. We're using brooms, using the gi, using pillows, all that kind of good stuff, okay? And so it's all available to you guys next week. Listen, I'm looking forward to next week. Next Wednesday, we'll see you guys back on the mat. And Levi, if you see this, get this while you're in Colorado, man, hopefully you have a fun time with your family. Have a safe trip. We'll look forward to everybody coming back. We'll see you next week. And listen, live life on purpose. Never quit. All right? Be right back. So now come over here if you don't mind, because now I'm going to show you another thing that you can do. You can find a door in your house, all right? A good, strong, sturdy door, like maybe a front door or something like that. So coming around, you take your belt off. It's really important that you find right here the center hinge, okay? Now, mom and dad might not let you do this, or you might be mom and dad, and you might not want to do this. I'm going to show you that it can work. You take the end of your belt, you're going to stick it inside, just like this, so it comes through. Then you bring it around, and you bring it back inside, just like this here. It's like if you're a husband and you train jiu-jitsu, and unless your wife is willing to like work with you on guard pulls, you're kind of lost, right? So, and of course, all you judo guys, you guys never pull guard anyway, so don't worry about it, all right? Guard, we don't need guard, all right, that kind of stuff, all right? But anyway, whatever. And you're gonna take this here, and you're just gonna close, make sure the belt's not cinched up in there, make sure it's not turned over. And you take the door and just close it, just like this here. And now you have two of these. Cool. And you can come in and you can work on your guard pull. So you're gonna step in, make sure you come inside here, then you're gonna put your foot up and down, and look at that. You can actually come inside and act like you're pulling guard. All right, because again, here, so all you jiu-jitsu players who never, ever stand up, and never ever want to do a takedown or a throw, and you just want to pull guard, you can get your guard fix in, all right? So you can come inside here, and you get to come inside and here, and pull. And up again, and stepping in, and pull. And you can change the other side. Hey, you're not going to try any daily Hiva stuff, nothing here like that, but at least you can get to where you can come inside and really work your guard pulls. What you're gonna need 3 pretty big towels, all right, bath towels, a belt, all right, of any kind, or a rope or something like that. You're gonna need, of course, a belt, and then gi, 2 broomsticks that are about the same size, or 2 poles that are about the same size, and 2 pillows, okay? And it's not that difficult to do. So watch here, we're gonna try to move really fast. I'll speed up the video, so I'm not going to do a lot of talking. I'll explain what I'm going to do, and then I'll edit the video, speed it up so you're not having to sit here for like, you know, an hour this time. We're going to take 3 towels. We're going to lay them down just like this here. All right, so that happened really fast. Sped that portion up. You take the 3 towels, and you're just going to roll them really tight. I'm going to speed this portion, but I'll take it in normal speed first, to show you just we want to roll it up tight, just like this. Once you start the process, then you just roll. Nice. Now you grab your gi top. You can use your own gi. You can use somebody else's gi. Just make sure you let them know that you borrowed it. Now you're going to take the gi and you're basically going to slide it across like this here. You're going to shove it in both ends, all right, inside the arms. So I reach inside the arm here to help me kind of pull it through so it doesn't bunch up. Good, so you line that up straight there. What I also do sometimes, I'll take hair bands and I'll wrap around the end here, tighten it up really nice and tight. That way, when I'm doing like Jiu-Jitsu drills and things of that nature where people are defending, I can take the hair bands and tie it together and give me that little feel of resistance when I'm trying to break free to be able to do when I'm actually working like a sidearm lock, something like that, okay? Just a little tip for you. So now we take a pillow, one pillow, and I make sure that I put the open side up inside the jacket, just like this here. And I go a little high with it, and then I fold it over, just like this here. That way I know where I'm going, but now I'm going to take it back out. I'm going to take the poles, stick the screw side up on top so I have the soft side on the bottom. Whatever's going to give you a better footing is the side you want out the bottom of the legs there, okay? But I'm going to take this here, and now I take my belt, and I'm going to tighten this thing up here. I want, of course, the buckle in the front, and then we'll come back. All right, so I took this. I happen to have a belt that I can use, so one of those old slide-through belts. You can actually use a rope, something like that. Make sure you talk to your wife or your husband. If you're a lady who owns a dojo, make sure you talk to your wife or husband, your partner, about which pillow to use. This just happens to be my pillow, so it's my pillow. Right. So I take this here, put this inside here, just like this, lay this down right there. Then I take the pants, slide the leg through. There you go. Now, the reason I use two pillows, some guys only use one pillow or they'll stuff both pillows up inside, is I take this side here and make sure, again, the open side's on the top. Actually, no, on this one I put the open side down on the bottom because it's going inside the pants. And I make it even with the other pillow right here, okay? Now we take, and this is kind of the difficult part, I'm using my son's gi because it's fits a little bit better and on the pillows. But you can use your own gi, like I said, it just wraps up. And you're going to shove both of these pillows down inside the pants. All right, so now we got a good section of the pillows down inside the pants there. This is the part that you have to really, really focus on, all right? And that is getting this thing tied tight, okay? And so I'm going to really take my foot here and pull this string. I'm using a gi with parachute cord inside the rope portion of it. If you got more of a traditional gi that's got the canvas rope, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get it tight, but you have to really work at getting it tight, because if this comes loose, then the whole, I call this guy George. George, everything comes off. His pants will fall off. So we come here, pull, I'll take my foot, hold that tight, come through, hold this tight here. Once I know it's tight, then I might just take my little toe there so I can get a little tighter, and eventually pop my toe out, and then pull. I want this as tight as we can get it. And we'll take this, make a double knot. And the same on this pillow here too. You want this to be as tight as you can get it too, because you don't want it to pop out eventually and then the poles pop out of the top, okay? So when we do this here, I bring this over and try to get the collar as tight as I can around. The reason like I said before, I like using the two pillows is because now this actually gives me a head. So when I'm working my newaza, yoke shukatame, kazuri kesukatame, things of that nature, that from here, I actually have something I can work. When I'm working my chokes as well, if I was sitting up and had the back and all that kind of good stuff, I could work all my chokes as well, all right? Hirakajime, katahijime, so on and so forth, to where they actually are really applicable and I can actually work and show the effectiveness of the technique. All right, so we take the belt, just like this here. I always make a joke of this, that I try to be technically correct. Stripes, for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu anyway. I know in Judo they don't do a lot of stripes. Make this tight here. Bring the right side over the left. And this is a great little tool for the kids to practice how to tie the belts too. Then over the top. And tight.